Hello! Thanks for stopping by. I have a really cool card to show you tonight. This is what I call a box card. And when you open it up, it's just like you have a little present inside. So it's like a card with a present. I'm going to show you how to make this. It's really not as hard as it looks. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of Marina Mist cardstock that is 10 inches by 6.5. So this is the 10 inches, this is the 6.5. And we are going to score that at 2 inches, 3.5 inches, 6.5 inches, and 8 inches. Okay, and then we're going to turn it this way, and we're going to score it at 1.5 and 7. And don't worry, I'll have all these dimensions at the end of the video for you. Now, the next thing we have to do is you'll notice that there's score lines, fold lines right here on our little box. So we have to do that. And the best way I've found to do it is using our wonderful diagonal scoring plate on the Simply Scored tool. Now you'll notice there's an arrow right here. When I first got this, I didn't realize that, but you have to put the arrow up at the top here and then things will stay in place. So we're going to put our cardstock back in here, and again, we're on the 10-inch side, and we are going to start at 5 inches and score out to our first score line. Flip it around and do it again. And now to get the lines that are here, we have to turn our cardstock over. Turn it over, flip it around, do this one, and we are ready to rock. Okay, now as with any box, we need to cut on some of our score lines and remove some of the corners. So we're going to cut here and take this one off. Here and take this one off. Now again, this is our 10-inch side. Cut here and take this one off. And one more. Are you with me so far? Pretty simple. We can handle this. Okay, so now we have our pieces. Next, we're going to start folding on our score lines. So fold everything up. You can use a bone folder if you'd like to make everything nice and crisp. It's never a bad idea. We want everything to lay down nicely. You're going to fold the side in and then the front flap back. Side in, front flap back. Okay, I think we've got everything. Oh, did I miss these? I must have. I'm going to fold those both in. And I did fold these in. Okay, now, what you're going to do with these diagonal lines is you're going to fold that in and fold them both back like that. Okay? Here's again, fold those in and fold them both back like this. Okay, now, can you see our box coming together? Ready? We're going to hold these up. These flaps go right around the end like that. Flaps right around the end. Okay? Easy peasy. Next, I'm going to take my Tombow liquid glue. I love this glue. And you're going to squeeze out a little bit. See how little I use? It'll dry faster if you use less. So less is better here. And we're going to put a little bit right here on the inside of your tabs because they're going to go under your folding flap. So we've got those. Now we're going to do some here and a little bit here. So this is a little bit more than I even like to use because you have to hold on to that a little longer. We used to use sticky strip for all types of boxes, but you know what? Sticky strip is really unforgiving. If I don't get something right here, I can pull it off right away and not destroy my project. Okay, so there's our box. What I've done is I've already stamped from my Make a Mitten stamp set. Now ladies, remember this is only available until January 3rd, so get yourself one. We're going to put a little glue on the back of this and we're going to set it right inside our box. I'm going to pull it up just a little bit so I have a little border at the top and the bottom. And there we go. Easy. And I got my greeting from the Wacky Wishes stamp set. One of my favorites. It's a hostess set. You can get it for free when you host a $150 party. There's our card box. Isn't that sweet? So simple. Next, what I'm going to do is take my Be of Good Cheer designer paper. This is double-sided. And I wanted to find another use for the Christmas paper because now Christmas is over and I can use up all of this design to make other things. So I'm going to put a little glue on here. And by the way, these two pieces are 2 by 3 3/4. I'm sorry, 1 3/4 by 5 1/8, and you need 2 of them. I'll have all these dimensions at the end of the video. Don't worry. Just keep watching. You don't need to pause and write. And then put this here. And then I wanted to show you how I made my cute little banner. I've stamped Wishing You A, and I'm going to cut the ends of it. There we go. Okay. And then to make it do the little wave, you're going to take your bone folder and just like your curling ribbon, curl it like that. Pretty neat, very easy. And now I want this part to go the other way. How stinking cute is that? Okay, the next thing I need to do is put a little brad in this. And I already poked my hole here, not for any reason. I was just getting ahead of myself a little bit. I'm going to take one of these tiny little brads. These are the mini brads. And I'm going to decide where I want my banner. And I don't want it flopping around like this once I put my brad in. So I'm going to put just a touch of liquid glue on the back of here so that it stays in place for me. And I want it to be about right there. Okay, and that kind of helps hold it there too. So I'm going to bring in my piercing mat. Be careful so your finger isn't under there in case you go all the way through. That'll hurt. Done things like that before. Put my brad in. This is giving me a hard time. There we go. And that glue, like I said, holds it from sliding around. Okay, so we've got our greeting on the front of our cute little card. The next thing I'm going to do is punch out my mittens. And I've already punched one of them out and put a couple little pieces of dimensional on the back. But I wanted to show you the difference between our new ink pads and our old ink pads. This is one of our, this was stamped with our new ink pad in Marina Mist on very vanilla cardstock. You can see the image is just so defined, it's beautiful. And this is stamped with the old ink pads. It's just kind of, I don't know, misty looking. It doesn't stamp as nice. So if you haven't gotten any new ink pads yet, you really need to try them out. When you stamp your mittens, you want to make sure you're stamping the mitten at the edge versus the little patch that goes on it, because your punch comes in from this way. So we're going to punch this out. This is the second of our little mittens. And I'm just going to put a little liquid glue on here. This is another good thing about the liquid glue is I don't have a wide 1/4 inch tape runner that I have to now worry about showing on here. So there, I've done that. And I used the 2 3/8 inch scallop with Certainly Celery. Oops, this is a scrap. Gotta use up those scraps. Nobody will ever know. And a 1 3/4 inch very vanilla circle. We'll take the backing off of our dimensionals. Put those right on here. And then I'm also going to use dimensionals to attach it to my card front. So I just want them on this side so my card can actually open. And you'll notice that I've cut all my dimensionals so I get halvesies. My downline, Linda Weiss, taught me this. I think it's a great idea because you don't need big dimensionals, you just need dimensionals. So here's the final touch on our adorable birthday card. How cute is that? Okay, now I have to tell you, I have 5 sets of all of these cut out. Not the stamped images. We are not allowed to do that as demonstrators. But if you leave a message on my blog, okay, so go to my blog and leave a message. The address is right here. And you can also just Google my name, Kelly Acheson. I have a package that is all ready to go in the mail. Whoops, sorry. And here's the package. And I will be sending out some lucky person who places a comment on my blog. I do a drawing, and you'll get 5 of this card cut out and ready for you to make and assemble, all scored and everything. So, thanks for stopping by. Happy stamping, and have fun.